Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's it doing at your house? At our house, it's snowing. It's been snowing all day. We don't get snow, but like every 5 years, it's been 7. So I'm kind of excited. I'm not planning on going anywhere. So as long as we have heat and electricity, I am good. And here I am. So got my apron on, my polka dot apron that I like. That I actually got this off of Amazon. Y'all want to know? It's got little pockets. It's got pockets in it. It's cute. It's a cute apron. I like polka dots. Anyway, so I'm Julie with Nothing Is Wasted Designs, and everything works for good. So we are going to do, I'm so excited about this. We are going to work with this stencil. It's a Chalk Couture stencil, the Lord's Prayer. And this particular stencil has it was kind of like an answer to prayer for me. So anyway, long story short, we're going to open this up. And last night I did a project and I couldn't decide if I wanted to work with blue or if I wanted to work with green or if I wanted to work with both of them. Well, I ended up working with the, let me get that tag behind me. I ended up working with the blue. Hey Cindy, how you doing? And this is what we did last night, if y'all missed it. So this was last night's project. And we took and we did like an ombre, kind of a gradient background with blue. Well, tonight I want to. I still want to do the green. So I'm going to use the green that we didn't use last night because I want to see how it's going to come out. And we're going to work with a different type of stencil tonight than we did last night. Similar colors, but just so that you can see the difference of how one works and how the other works. They're both really great, but they have, each one has their high points. And so we're going to paint this background, and then we're going to use a Chalk Couture stencil so that y'all can see how that works. We work with a squeegee with that. This is a 14 by 18 inch Soho panel. 14 by 18. Did I say that? And all right, let me pull this off of here. And I want to put a date on this. So let me write on here, Lord's Prayer. And today is the 19th. 2/19/2025, and I'll put that in my little bucket of tags that I try and keep track of. So anyway, all right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the plastic out of this. Now these Soho panels are hey Shay, thanks for hopping on. I'm glad you could make it. These panels are on sale right now, so it's a really, really good price. So if you are looking for some inexpensive surfaces that you can learn different techniques on, then these panels are a good option. The other thing I like about these panels is the fact that, it would help if I could cut this. The other thing about the panels is the fact that if you want, you can always frame them. You can't, if it's a little bit harder to frame, I'm not going to say you can't do it, but it's a little bit harder to frame your thicker canvases. So this is just a real thin, it's like 1/8 of an inch. See if I can get it, there we go. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and this one's pretty big. And as opposed to the one that we did last night, this is a 10 by 20 canvas, and it has a little more depth to it. So this is what we did last night. And we see we've got all the little gold, I guess kind of like gold highlights in the background. Well, we're going to do gold highlights in the background of this one again tonight. And but I'm thinking we're going to work with the copper again. But when we work with the copper tonight, I'm glad I found out about the extra $14. Oh, you're talking about the credit that they gave you. Yeah, I think it ends today. So make sure that you get that in. Wasn't that nice? I'm telling you, this Perks program is like crazy good. You don't have any obligations. You can start and stop whenever you want. When you pay $20, you get $20 in product credit. So it's like putting $20 towards whatever you're going to buy, and you get 30% off. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know how Chalk Couture is staying afloat with that one, because that one doesn't make any sense to me at all. But it's a win-win, and you know, it's like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm always. Oh, you'll have to tell me what you got. I'm excited to hear what you got. Did you get the Lord's Prayer? That's what we're doing tonight. We're going to do this one tonight. I am so excited about this. I'll have to tell y'all while I'm working on it why. Yeah, I was looking at that, and I think for a Perks member, they also have, what is it, free shipping if you spend, is it $100 or $89 or something dollars? It should show up in an email from you and on your front page when no transfers. Okay. There's also a mustard seed one. It's the mustard seed garden. I really like. I can't wait to share with y'all. You got to make sure that I share with y'all what how God answered a prayer of some stuff that he's been teaching me with the transfer that we're working tonight. All right, so let me see if I can, what's the best way? All right, let me move this stuff over here so I can get here. And I gotta go back. All right, we're gonna work with the green tonight. Yesterday we worked with the blue. I'm really curious to see how this green is going to turn out. I don't know if there's such a thing as being hungry to work with a certain color, but I kind of sort of am. I don't do many signs, nowhere to hang them. Gotcha. So now I'm going to be on, I'll be on my page, but I'm going to be streamed into, what's it called? Something B circle. It won't matter. I'm going to post the link either tonight or tomorrow. I'll be on at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be the last person crafting, and we're raising money in memory of Madonna. She is a fellow crafter, and the money that's raised is going towards Cancer Society. And anyway, so it's for a good cause, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I'm going to do. I had an idea that I might do. You know how my thing for this year is color theory and working with colors, and I had a project that's I can't remember what it said. It's the Stencil Smith. It's the Stencil Smith company. And I was going to work with teaching like the different colors and how you want to blend certain things and not blend other things. And so I might do that, or I might do something else. So y'all, I never know what I'm going to do until it's the day of. I just don't work that way. All right, so this is called Sage Mint. I'm really excited to try this because this is the color I really wanted to work with last night, but I just wasn't feeling it last night, so we'll see. All right, this one's almost empty, so we're going to use this one first. So we're going to do the same technique for those of you that, I saw that. I don't think I commented. I saw that. I think I did comment, Cindy. Yeah, you did a nice job with that. You gave me some ideas of some things. I think I want to do like a gradient look with some sunflowers, so we'll see. All right, this is a pretty big board. I don't think I'm going to need all of that, but we will see. And then, so like we did last night, we're going to take two different colors. I'm going to need more white than anything else. I'm going to take white and the color that I want to work with. All right, let me think about this a minute. All right, I put a little bit of water on here, and this is a big board. Wow, this is really a big board. I may have to move y'all back just a little bit more and down. Oops, there's my brush. Let me get my brush out of the way. What else is in the way? Oh, this is in the way. All right. I'll bring it up just a little bit, and I'll bring this back. All right, here we go. So I'm curious to see how this green is going to look. We want to get more white and just a hint of green, and then we're going to work from the top to the bottom. We're going to start with our lighter color first. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted. Now, I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but I'm in my kitchen. That's where I craft, at the kitchen table. And, all right, let me get this top part here. I want to make sure I get the sides, the edges. I got to get it in a way where I can see what I'm doing. Well, I think I'm going to use a lot more paint tonight than I thought I was going to use, y'all. All right, let me get this. See, all right, let me get this edge here, and I'm going to get the sides. It's a big board. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but I am going to bigger boards as I'm learning more. I'm branching out, spreading my wings, and doing a little, just working with bigger and bigger projects. Let's see if I can get this. I gotta get this so that y'all can see it and I can get to it. This is a really pretty color. All right, I'm glad I'm working with it. All right, let me grab my white. I gotta figure out a way to, my table's not big enough for this, really. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more white in this so that it's really, really light at the top. My mother would like this color. I had an awesome mother. She was always a huge supporter of me and everything that I did. All right, here we go. All right, so I've got just, y'all can hardly even see that because it's so faint. You see that? It's just really, really faint. All right, here we go. I'm gonna move on down the road with this. Yep, I'm gonna need a lot more paint tonight than I did last night, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Just gonna kind of mix it. And if it's too heavy, I'll just add more white to it. And it's too heavy, so I'm gonna add more white. I think I'm gonna finish this bottle of white up tonight. I'm excited to see how this is going to look on the, how this stencil is going to turn out. So this is what, this is a little bit darker than I wanted. I want it really, really light at the top. And you can do this same method with smaller pieces. You definitely will use a whole lot less paint than what I'm going to use tonight. So I told y'all I'm reading this book about praying with authority. And, you know, and God promised me that he was going to heal me almost 20 years ago. And every time I think, well, did you really say that, God? He confirms to me that, yes, that he did tell me that. And anyway, so I guess it was about 3 weeks ago, I was talking to the Lord, and I was like, you know, why are we as your children not seeing prayers answered like I feel like we should see prayers answered? And I felt like what he said to me, the thought that came to mind was Jesus. And then the thought came to me that, you know, the scripture, at the name of Jesus, every knee will bow and tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. And, all right, let me get this side over here, y'all. All right. It's hard because I've got 3 levels of glasses. This is a beautiful color. Oh, look at that. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Maybe like that. It is gorgeous. It's like a little, it's sage, but it's almost on the lines of like a mint too, like a real light mint. It is really, really pretty. All right, I need to start getting darker. So I'm looking to see if I missed any spots, because once I get the darker paint on my board, I won't be able to go back and adjust anything with the light. I find out that for me, if I get it right, going down the board, I do fine. But if I have to go back and fix anything, then I end up, I don't know, it just doesn't kind of, looks a little bit more muddy. It doesn't look as smooth. So I try to get the sides and everything the first time around. I don't always get it right. There you go. Oh, I got to show y'all. I added the rhinestones to, all right, so getting darker. I'm getting darker, and I'm going back up above, because, all right, let me get this side over here. I want to blend it in, so I need some more green. So let me get some more green. Can y'all see my, you can't. All right, let's see how I can do this. All right, so I'm going to go in here and get more green, pick up some white, but I'm not going to do totally all green yet. But I'm getting darker. I'm going darker, and I'm going up into the layer up above that so that I can blend it in. And it's a little bit darker than I want right now, so I'm going to add a little bit more white to it, just a little bit. And I'm going to still go up into the lighter area so that this all blends in together. Because we don't want any lines. We don't want it to look like boom, 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 boom. We want it to look, hey, Berta. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so back to, so I was asking God, you know, why, you know, what do I need, how do I need to pray so that we get the answers that you want to answer? And so he said 2 things, Jesus, and I thought, okay, at the name of Jesus, every knee will bow. And then he said the Lord's Prayer. And I was talking to my friend Angie, and I said, can it be that simple? You know, and I thought it has to be, because really, when we walk with God, it should be simple. He makes it simple. We just have to listen to him and follow him. Well, then, all right, I'm going back up into this, smoothing this out. If your brush starts to drag, it means that you don't have enough paint on your brush. So go back and pick up more paint. So I was talking to my friend Angie, and that next night, right, that very night when I went to bed, oh my gosh, y'all, this is gorgeous. I need just a hint more white, not much. And I might be able to get away with the green that's here, but you can't see it. So let me bring it over here. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to almost go all green, a little bit of white, mostly green at this point. I'm going to go up into, notice that I started down below, and I'm going to go up into the area above it. A little bit darker in here than I wanted it to be, so I'm going to go back and add a little bit of white, So I was like, okay, so when I went to read my book, the very next thing that, all right, I need more white here. That next page that I read talked about the Lord's Prayer. Well, then after that, all right, I want to come in here and blend this a little bit better. Chalk Couture had their, all right, hang on. Oh, I don't want it too dark. Oh, I don't want it to go that dark. More white, more white. Chalk Couture had their spring launch, and lo and behold, what did they come out with? The Lord's Prayer. And it's like, okay, I'm hearing you, Lord. I'm hearing you. Keep talking to me. Tell me what you want to teach me. All right, y'all. We're almost done. You can see that's upside down, but, and it's reflecting because it's still wet. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to go straight green at the bottom. So here we go. I'm going to go pretty much straight green. I can always come back and add white to it if I need to. And I need to get the sides. Now remember, if your brush starts dragging, like my brush is dragging right now, it means that I don't have enough paint on my brush. So I need to come back and get some more paint until it's smooth and glides across the board easily. And I need to, all right, hang on, I'm gonna have to turn this up. Can't really see very well. I have, what do they call, progressive lenses, and there's some angles that I just cannot see things. When driving sometimes it's like, I gotta reposition my car so that I can see if any cars are coming. A lot of times when I have to look at an angle when I'm driving, I look over my glasses because I can see better that way. Y'all, okay, I feel like, let me see. I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. All right, I'm going to dry it. Oh, I didn't bring a container of water over here. What was I thinking? All right, let me dry this. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to see if I can compare it for y'all to what we did last night. All right, let's dry this. I've got water, but I was going to use that to clean my... All right, I'm going to stick this in my water. And I'm going to put this off to the side. Thanks, Berta, for sprinkling. I appreciate that. We got to pray that God will open up these algorithms for me so that I can reach other people. I've been praying. I almost feel like this section here should be a little bit lighter, but I'm going to leave it. Because if I go back and try and... It works better if you go down the panel. I have found that when I try to go back up and fix something at the top, it never looks as good. So I have to kind of learn to leave it alone. And I want to put some gold in the background of this again tonight too. And I also want to take the stencil and show y'all what the copper looks like. Oh, this is pretty. Let's see if I turn it this way, if y'all can see it better. I think once it dries, you'll be able to see it better. I kept looking at this bottle of paint and thinking, oh, I wonder what that would look like. And so tonight I thought, you know, I'm just going to do the green tonight so that we can compare it. And they're two very different colors, but I still think they'll blend together. So I may do something small where I use both colors together just to satisfy my curiosity. So I missed a spot here, but I think once we put the gold on here, it'll be okay. And I'm wondering if I want to use the same gold or if I want to try something different. What do y'all think? Should we try a different gold? Thanks, Shay. It's a little bit darker, more dark than I wanted. I think that this section right in here could be a little bit lighter, but it's okay. It's going to all turn out because once we get the stencil on here, the background's going to be just that. It's going to be a background. Make sure that I did it. You know, there's a label on the back here, and sometimes I do my pictures with a label. The label ends up being upside down, and I'm like, oh, that would drive me nuts. So what do y'all think? Should we do the same gold we did last night, or should we try something different? Same or different? Type in the comments and tell me what your thoughts are. I probably could have used a bigger brush with this too. Yeah, it's a little darker down here than I would like. This top part, you could almost do this whole thing in this real light green. I think that would be really, really pretty. All right, let's get some gold on here. Since we're going to use the copper, wonder what the lemon gold would look like. Oops. Don't fall. Don't fall. All right, that is, what is this? That's a wax. I don't want to do wax. That's red. What color is this? That's copper. I don't want to do copper. All right, this is a lemon gold. I think maybe I might want to try the lemon gold. Let's try the lemon gold and see what it looks like. We tried the pale gold last night. Let's try something different. Let's see what it's going to look like. I think that'll be pretty. This is the lemon gold. You can see it's, well, let me show you. Let me put the two together. There's not a whole lot of difference. I don't know if y'all can see which one is which. This is the lemon gold over here. This is the pale gold. And it's kind of hard to tell. One has got a little bit more yellow in it. The different one, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Let's try the lemon gold and see what we get. Now the other thing I could do, okay, we can try working with this pigment, or we could do like a gold metallic paint. I think I want to try this. Should we do the pigment or the paint? Let's see, where did I have? Oh, I don't think I have a gold that's going to be. Let's see. Now that I've got all my colors organized, oh, this one's kind of cool. This is a yellow gold. That's a metallic. I wouldn't have to mix anything if I used that. This is an Emperor. This is kind of dark. I like this. This is kind of like light and bright. I'm going to do the pigment. Up, Shay says pigment. There you go. I think so too. Let's do the pigment. All right, let me get another little container. Don't need this. Ooh. All right. I'll throw my cardboard in the trash. We'll get another one of these little containers. These are like little, what are they called? Mini cups. Ideal for gelatin, condiments, salad dressing, toddler snacks, and parties. These are like really good for mixing paint with. I think I've had that thing for I don't know how long time. All right, let me see if I can bring this on before, and I'll show y'all how these compare. Like I said, I've got a little bit of space. I'll show you the two. See if you can see the difference. All right, hang on. All right, so this is the one we did last night. This is the one we have, and you see they're really, really similar, but this is definitely a light green, and this one is definitely a light blue. So let me put this one out of the way, and we're gonna bring in, I didn't realize this was gonna be so big working in this space, y'all. All right, I put my parchment paper in here. I use those cups a lot. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? So that, you know what? Huh. I have so little left in here. I think I'm just going to mix it right in the container because there's really not much left in there. See that? I'm almost to the end of it. So let's just put it right on in here. And I just put my palette thing away, and somewhere I had my sponge. I cleaned it and brought it back over here, somewhere over the rainbow. The question is, where did I put it? I'll just use a different sponge. These little sea sponges, they're really good for all right, let me bring this in here. Move that over here. And this is a lemon gold. So we're going to try that. This is kind of like a real, it's like a refreshing color. I think it'll go real good with this green. All right, let's see what we got. Put a little bit more in here. I'll show y'all what I have here. A little bit of this pigment goes a long way. Remember that pigment is what gives stuff its color. All right, so I'm going to just, I've got quite a bit in here, more than I thought. But that's okay, because we got a big board. And I have another thing of this. I bought it when it was like, I don't know, 30% off last year somewhere. I thought, well, I'm going to buy it while it's on sale. I know I'm going to need it. There's a lot in here. All right, hang on. I'm going to wipe this off and add a little bit more of this pigment in here. Or a lot. Oh, this is going to be pretty. Wow. I'll show y'all what I have here after I get it mixed together. Makes me wonder, anybody else have the question, how would we, what could we do with this pigment if we didn't put the infuser in there? Like, could we use it like a powder somehow? Like sprinkle it over, I don't know, sprinkle it on instead of stirring it together? Does anybody have that thought besides me? All right, this is pretty. All right, here we go. And I do like to, I forgot to do it last night, but I do like, let me get this out of the way because I'm going to use it again in a minute. I like to get my sponge wet before I start working with it. I don't know, it just seems to, just kind of works better for some reason. It's easier, it's more pliable. A lot of times, like before I go live, what I'll do is, oh, this is called, Berta, this is called Pigment Infuser. It's by Chalk, and it's for mixing with the pigment so that you can use it. All right, here we go. I think I'm going to pour a little bit of that in here just so I can get to it easier. That way y'all can see what I'm doing too. Yeah, that's pretty. It's a little bit darker than I was expecting it to be. Let me compare it to the other one. Let me compare these two. It's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. Let's try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? That's how we learn. All right, I'm just going to get this wet because it's gone from being stiff, whoops, to just squeezed, to being easier to work with. I don't want it dripping though. It's a big board, y'all. So I heard somebody say today, what's her name, Christy Hawkins, that she's talking about, you know how I always tell y'all, the only way you can learn how to paint is to put a paintbrush in your hand. They, you know, the nice thing about the videos is that you can go back and you can watch the videos and pause them, but you've got to get a paintbrush in your hand. All right, here we go. We're going to see what's going to happen. All right, so which side do I like? So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm looking at the texture of that and then comparing it to that side and comparing it to that side. You see how this has bigger holes in it? I think I like this side, so I'm going to use this side. So here we go. Same thing I did last night. I'm going to offload this. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down, because that way I won't put my sleeve in it. Just kind of sponge this on here. And I'm actually using more tonight than I did last night, trying to get some bigger globs on here, because I kind of like that. All right, here we go. Do the same thing again. Well, it might be a good thing I did all of this, because this is going to take quite a bit. I want to get the sides. Oh, I like this. The dentist office that I go to, she has almost a look like this, but it's like gold on gold. It's really pretty. I'm actually adding more tonight than I did last night because I want to. I want to see the difference of what it'll look like. All right, let me go back in here. I'm gonna mop some of this up, and then I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna offload. If you don't offload it, you're gonna get like big globs of it. And that's okay in some places. But you want to kind of like spread your globs out. So this gold gives this, by doing the gold on top of this, it just adds another layer, gives it a little bit of dimension. And then we'll go back with a brush and do the edges again. Even though the gradient look makes it look, gives it some dimension, this next layer, these are all things that I have had to learn. This is not something that I knew right away. So I thought, I just noticed that, you know, when there's layers, it's just more interesting to look at. So I have very much learned by doing. And I've also learned by watching a lot of other people do stuff. So there is an element of, you know, you got to get the information in there. All right, let's see what we got here. So this is going to take on a whole new look. And I think I'm going to need a brush to go along the edges. And then we're going to come back. I hope I didn't make it too busy, because there's a lot of words that we're going to be working with. We'll see. We will see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right, I don't think I want to do any more than that. Let's see if y'all can see. Can you see it? Let's see which way I got to go. This way. Can you see it? And it's kind of neat because when you look at it head on, you get one look. When you look at it like you're walking by it, you get another idea. So we're going to see what's going to happen when... all right, I'm going to put the lid on this. Wipe this off. Oh. Get it in my little bit of water that I have over here. Clean that up, so that's good now. I find, for me, that if I clean things right after I do my lives, I do better. I don't know how people go for long periods of time without cleaning stuff, because I just find it so much easier just to do it right afterwards. I'll have to watch rest and replay. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. I know, you were telling us that last night, Shay. Feel better. Hope you feel better. All right, here we go. So, there's part of me that wants to put this in here, but doesn't because I don't want to muddy up my water. All right, I'm going to put the card. No, I'm going to need my cardboard because we're going to do some dry brushing. So, let me dry this. So they make wallpaper like this, y'all. You can make your own wallpaper. Wow. It's got a real pretty shine on it. All right, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the stencil on here. I think we'll do the edges last. We'll see what we need to do. Just trying to make sure that when I put this stencil down that everything is dry. Move that off to the side. Turn this around. And see, can you see it? How fun is that, huh? And remember that when you're running your hand over it, if it's cold, that means that it's not dry all the way through. It'll be warm to the touch all the way through if your paint is dry all the way down. If it still has a cool feeling to it, it's not dry. It's just dry on the top layer. So that's one of the reasons why I cut my hand over this. The other reason is to direct the heat straight down. All right, so here we go. So let's get our stencil. And, oh, there's my fuzzing cloth. So we're going to turn this up. All right, here we go, y'all. This is what we're going to work with. I love this. I love this. I love this. So the other thing is All right, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to turn this upside down. Pull the back sheet off of this. And then I'm going to put the fuzzing cloth on here to get a little bit of lint. And what that'll do is that'll help this release a little bit easier. It'll still keep it sticky, but it'll make it so that it won't pull the paint up. And I'm kind of living dangerously, because sometimes when you're working with paint, you should put a layer of wax over your paint so the stencil doesn't pull your paint up off your surface. So we'll see what's going to happen here. I'm going to live dangerously. All right. So there we go with that. Let me put this back over here. And so what I like to do is I'm going to kind of lightly position this, and I'm going to scoot it down. And this is an 18-inch board from top to bottom, so I can just line up this bottom edge, and then I'm looking to see that the left and right sides have about the same amount of space. And it looks like it's a smidgen more on the left, so I'm going to bring it over. Lining up this bottom edge with the edge of the board. All right, and then it stuck to my finger and moved. All right, let's try that again. All right, and then I'm going to just take it. I started in the center. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I started in the center. And then we're going to do this in copper, y'all. We're going to work with the copper again tonight. I want you to see the two different methods of using the copper. Last night we used the brush method. We're going to use the squeegee tonight. All right, let me get this back in the jar. It almost looks like it needs a little bit of water, so I'm going to put some distilled water in here. It's not quite as smooth as I'd like for it to be. So let me get my distilled water, and I'm going to put a little bit of this in here and stir it up. Not tap water, this is distilled water. And this is almost empty, so I don't have too many more uses left of this. But the reason why you want to put the distilled water in there is so you don't introduce any mold or anything, because there'll be bacteria in the tap water. And then it can mold. And you don't want that. All right, this is looking good. Just a little more water. You don't want it too thin, because then it'll run underneath your stencil, but you also don't want it too thick or it'll dry in the silkscreen area. And as you work with the paste, you'll know the consistency that you're after. So remember that if you want to get something, really the smartest way to do it is to become a Perks member and save 30% off everything. That's what I would do if I wasn't a designer. Or you can pay full retail, but I wouldn't. And it's, like I said, it's a win-win situation. They give you your $20 back in product credit. You can cancel anytime, so, you know, put you a big order in, and if you don't see anything you want, then cancel your subscription, and then when the new, this a little bit, oh darn, I'm going to leave it. It's not that far off, but it is off in the center from left to right. But what I would do is I would sign up for the subscription, get what I want, then use the $20 on the perks, from the perks program. Save 30%. And then if there wasn't anything else that you wanted for a while, go ahead and close your subscription out and then come back and reopen it again. Oh, this is pretty. When you want to buy another big order, like when the summer stuff comes out. That would be the smart way, I think. Save yourself some money. We all like to save money, right? All right, this is looking good. And you can see this is, you know, a little bit different than what we did last night, because last night we kept loading and offloading. This, we kind of pile it on, squeegee it on, squeegee it off. And this will be a really, really thick layer. I hope. I'm really excited to get this done. It just came in the other day, I think yesterday. Oh, I missed a spot up top. All right, coming all the way down. Now there is like a 4.5-inch squeegee, but you don't use that as much as you're going to use the small squeegee. So for economic reasons, I would recommend that you get the, this is a small squeegee as opposed to the mini. There's a mini squeegee, a small squeegee, and then like a 4.5-inch squeegee. And you'll get more use out of this small one than you will the 4.5-inch, unless you do a lot of big projects. All right, let me look and see if I missed anything. It doesn't look like I did. And I want to go ahead and lift this up before it dries. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lift up a little bit at a time, making sure, oh my goodness, that all the parts, oh, I missed that eye. Put that back down, put a little bit more. Don't need that. On it right there. All right, lift it back up. Okay, it's good. And just peel it back slowly, making sure you got all your letters covered. And it's releasing nicely too. And there it is. All right, let me put this, stick this to my table, and then we'll put some water on it. All right, let me get this in here. Wow, this turned out nice. I'm gonna put this on the paper towel. So I don't want my water, oh my gosh, y'all, this is a gorgeous color with this too. All right. Let me get my hands clean. I'll turn it around for y'all to see. Wow, look at that. Wow, 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 wow. And then if you see, you can see the gold in the background. All right, let me put this down a minute. I'll bring it back up. I want to show you how to clean this stencil. Actually, I'm going to just dunk it in my water here and get it nice and wet. Get my towel, my ugly towel. And we're going to put this down here. That copper, I tell you, I love this copper. I love, love, love this copper. It's probably, other than the bright colors, it's probably one of the colors that's my favorite. And then I like the nominee. I like the nominee over the shimmer gold. All right, I got this all nice and wet. Try not to make a huge mess. It's easier if you're at the sink. All right, we're going to take our board eraser and go over the areas where the silkscreen is, and it should come, if you do it right away, it'll clean up real easily. If you wait, it'll still clean up, but it won't clean up as easy as this. Ask me how I know. There have been times that I've done lives and I didn't clean it. I forgot about cleaning it, went to bed, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to do that. And it's a little bit more scrubbing that way. I know, I love it. I've got, I'm going to send y'all the, a small thing of it, so that you can play with it and see what you think. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, now I'm going to turn this over. You wanted to clean both sides of this stencil, because remember that the, oh, y'all had dinner again tonight. This is your dinner time, isn't it? What was for dinner tonight, Berta? What did I have? I haven't had dinner yet. I'll have to have something later. I had sausage and eggs about, I don't know, 2 o'clock, something like that. My husband's back helping his mom. I sent the towel. Remember the towel that we did, Bloom and Grow, and you recommended that I give it to her as a gift. Well, I told my husband, I said, go ahead and give it to her now. And she really liked it. She was all excited about getting a present. So I was glad to send it. She's a good lady. All right, let me just kind of squeege in my, all right, this, for those of you that are new to my page, this is a board eraser that I sell in my shop. And it just helps to, what is all this stuff here? You know what? It did pull up some paint. I'm seeing all these little speckles, so some paint did pull away. But I think it's okay. And then you want to look at the silkscreen area, and you'll be able to tell if there's any paste still in the silkscreen area. That's what I'm looking at. And then making sure that it's nice and clear, because you want the next time you use this stencil, you want the paste to go through nice and freely. Unless you want a distressed look, and then you'll have a distressed look, which is fine too. All right, let's see what I got here. All right, I'm looking. I think we're good. Got one spot right here. Of course, I'm doing this on a brown towel, and I'm working with copper, so that's probably not the best choice. All right, let me hold it up to the light. And I'm just going down and looking. All right, that looks good. All right, I'm going to lay that across the water. And then we're going to take this out of the way. Let's see if I can get some of this paint up with this wet towel. This is an old beach towel that we had that, I don't even know where we got it from. I think somebody, oh, we used to live on the water, and I think somebody left. Did they leave it at the house? Maybe it was my sister or something. I don't know. But they're like Dick Tracy towels. All right, so we got some of that off of there. I have to take some alcohol to that. All right, and then let's bring this back up. This copper is a really nice color with this. Let me see if I can get y'all to see. You can see that the gold is in the background. And then the copper also has its own shimmer to it. So, all right, so let me look at it. I'm going to go ahead and dry this. And I think we probably want to go around the edges with the copper again, don't you think? There's a little spot of copper, but I'm not going to mess with it. Because what will happen is you'll end up smearing it. I know. I love this. I really love this. Well, I love this for two reasons. I love the colors, but I also love the fact that God is teaching me. So when you look at it, it says, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We're talking about how he's holy. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And so one of the things that I'm reading in this book is that that we are the governing bodies. It's hard to explain. You have to read it. It's really, really good. That we are the ones that God, as children of God, as Christians, he has given us the authority to do the work that he wants done. And so all we have to do is listen to the Holy Spirit talking to us and then do what he tells us to do. And those are the prayers that are going to be answered. So his will to be done on earth as it is in heaven is like he brings down from heaven through us what his will is. And it's not like, you know, you can't just conjure something up and say, well, I want this. It's, did the Holy Spirit tell us to pray that? And so, and then you go on and it says, you know, He supplies us our food. He forgives us of our sins. And we have to forgive others of their sins. And he's not going to lead us into sin. He's going to deliver us from evil. And it's his kingdom that has the power, the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I really like these colors together. I wasn't quite sure how the copper was going to look on this green, but I really, really like this. All right, so should we dry brush the edges, kind of frame it? Let me get a, what do we do here? Let me get my gold. Ooh, I think we should do copper on the edges. I think we should do copper instead of gold. All right, let me kind of get this off the brush. I think we should do copper on the edges. So let's do that. I think that's what we should do. And we're going to dry brush this. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Kind of give it a frame. Just a hint. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think the gold was going to be quite enough. Oh, I have to show you what I did with the Mardi Gras, not the Mardi Gras, the He Is Risen, the Mardi Gras colors. I got all the rhinestones on. Started last night, and kind of grunges this up a little bit along the edges. I don't know if you can tell or not. Just a hint. All right, so we're going to go in here, offload, and then we're going to come along this edge here. Yeah, copper was the right color for this. I don't think the gold would have done this justice. This would be pretty in a frame too. So that's the nice thing about these canvas panels, is that you can actually frame these. They'll fit in a frame. Also, you could put it in an easel if you don't want to frame it. It'd be less expensive to put it in an easel. So these stiff brushes, any stiff brush will work well with the, let me make sure I'm still on the screen, will work well with the dry brushing. So I just use the Essential Stencil brushes because they're easy to clean. All right, let me get this edge over here. Turn it around. Okay, turn it around one more time. Making sure that I'm getting all the edges. Tostadas. What's a tostada? Refried beans. Oh, I love Mexican. Do you eat a lot of Mexican? I guess you do in Texas, huh? Homemade salsa. Mmm. She did love it. She did. All right, I want to go a little bit more on the edge here. I want to go a little bit further in. Just put another layer on this. It wasn't quite far enough in there. Yeah, she likes it when people give her gifts. She has got a huge gift of hospitality. She's the type of person that, you know, people come over her house just to hang out. She loves to hang out. And, you know, fix you a glass of tea. This is looking better. I am glad that I'm going around this again. All right, let me get this out of the way. My husband, he does a good job of taking care of it. It's just the two of them left. Robert's dad died, 2011, 12, something like that. 11 maybe. And then his sister died of colon cancer. What year? No, 5 or 6 years. 5 years ago? No, it was 20. Was it 2020? Either 2020 or 2021. I think it may have been 2020. Because, I don't know, did you see the, our son Adam played at Patty's funeral? She planned her funeral. She was definitely had a director personality. Oh, this is looking good. I like this. And she had parts for everybody to play, and she asked Adam if he would play, what is it in the sky? Something in the sky. And Adam changed it so that it was scripturally correct. And he played it. The pastor said that he couldn't play it because the Methodist Church said that they couldn't have any music. And anyway, so Adam felt like the Holy Spirit was telling him, you know, go ahead and bring your equipment. And, you know, and so he did. He didn't know. Adam didn't know. He wanted to keep his promise to his aunt. And, oh, this is looking a lot better with these edges. And so they talked to the pastor, and they said, well, what about if we played outside in the parking lot? in the past you said there aren't any restrictions about playing in the parking lot. I know you do. I know you do. This is your favorite part, isn't it, Berta? I was thinking that as I was doing it. This really makes a difference. Makes a huge difference. So he, was it Lucy in the Sky? I'm actually going in more. I was only doing the edge, but I'm finding that if I go in to this, it actually looks better. It looks kind of antique-y now. But I have to see if I can find the video, because I videotaped Adam singing it in the parking lot, and he did a really good job. I really like this. This just really, doing this on the edges really made a huge difference. I was thinking if I could put a rusted bell on here, that would be cool too, huh? I'm still looking for the right project for that. Even though I don't use rusted bells a lot, I have not forgotten that I have them, and I'm waiting for the right project. Oh gosh, look at that. Can you see? Let's see if I can bring you in some. Hold on. Oops. There's all my stuff. Okay, let's see if I can. Can you see it? See how it's on the edges? Boy, that just really made a huge difference. I know, it does. It does. Wow. We did that, y'all. All right, I want to do this side a little bit more. I'm doing this in my lap. I'm kind of offloading in my lap. I'm finding that I actually like it going in a little bit more into the project than just right on the edge. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to end up doing... It's kind of like, looks like, you know, when you say the paper, it almost looks like, you know, like a torn or burnt edges on the, of paper. I used to, back in the, was it the 80s? Late 70s, I did a decoupage method where you like burn the edges of the paper, and then you had like a brayer that you squeezed all the, oh yeah, this is pretty. Wow, 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 wow. I am excited about how this is turning out. Yep. All right, this is what we have. How about that? Try it on the one from yesterday with the gold you used. You mean doing gold edges or doing the copper edges? Because I did go, oh, you mean bringing it in some? Because the one I did yesterday, let's see if I can get this piece of paper out of the way. It's right here. I did like, I don't know if you can see it, I did it like on the edges. You can see right here. I went around all the edges. Maybe I need to come in a little bit more. And we'll see. I'll see what I can do. Should I do copper around? Should I do the copper around here? You think? Or the gold? Because I did all of this top edge, but I didn't go in as far as I did on this one. This one really pops with this copper on the edges. Bring it in a little. Okay. All right. I'll do that when I get offline. Wow. I'm really liking this. I'm like, the more I have on here, the more I like bringing it in even more on this one. All right, let me get some more on here. Okay, see, I'm offloading on my, just so y'all know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Yep, I like bringing it in. I think that really makes a difference. Wow. It looks kind of rusty, so now we know what we can make a rusty look with this copper. All right, and then we're going to do this one over here. Wow. It's hard to get a good picture of this because the shiny part doesn't show up until you kind of, unless there's movement. Or unless you're looking at just the right angle. Oh my, y'all, I am loving it. Okay, I think we're good. Can you see it? Look at that. And see how I did the corners? I did the corners so that the corners were kind of filled in also. And it's green. It kind of looks blue on the screen. So you think I should do copper on the edges of the blue one, Berta? Wow, I love this. I really love this. This is it. I think I might do, bring it in a little. Try it on the one from yesterday. All right, I'm going to put my brush in here. I'm going to call this one done. And this is what we have. Wow. I'm glad we tried the other gold. I think I like the first gold better. I know. What a team, what a team. We make a great team, don't we? Oh my goodness. And it's kind of like real faint on the edge here, so it looks like it's worn. Let me see if I can bring this in a little bit. Hold on. I'm going to try and bring it in so y'all can see this a little bit better. See how it kind of looks worn here? Let's see if I can bring it even closer. You don't need to see the whole thing, but you see that? And then on this edge over here, and then the bottom, and then this side over here. See how it looks kind of rusty looking? Pretty, huh? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that I did this. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do for tomorrow night for the event. I might do another. I like this gradient look. I really like this gradient look. So you can't even really tell that it's like that, but it is, because by the time we get everything on there, you don't notice the graduation of the colors, but it really makes a difference. Thanks, Berta. All right. Wow. We did this. Y'all don't know how far I have come. This is not stuff that I used to do. So a lot of what you're seeing me do is stuff that I've learned, that I've seen someone else do, and I thought, oh, well, I can do that. And the backgrounds are always the hardest for me to figure out what color do I want to use. I always have a hard time deciding what color do I want. And I really like these pastel colors. I'm liking them. So, alrighty. Oh, let me show you this. This is what I ended up doing with the, let's see if you can see the rhinestones. And then there's some down here too. See if I can see the rhinestones down here on the drum, and then on the leaves, and then around here on the trumpet, on the horn. We've got that, and then all the rhinestones on the crown. So I did that and finished that up. So this one's done. And it's on an 11 by 14 inch board. And this could be put in a frame also. Or it can be put on an easel. So, but yeah, so the, see if you can see the rhinestones on the crown. I thought they turned out really pretty. And I know, he is risen. He is risen indeed, right? No grave could hold him. And Satan thought he had the upper hand, and plot twist, right? So anyway, all right. I love you, Berta. I love y'all. If you're just hopping on at the end of this live, if you will go back and watch the replay and let me know where you're from, say hey, and let me know that you've watched. It's always encouraging to me to know that there's someone on the other side watching, and I hope I've inspired you to try something new. So have a great night. I will be doing an event tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And you can watch from my page, but I'll have a link where if you want to, you can watch the other creators. It's to raise money for Cancer Society, and in memory of Madonna, and I don't know Madonna's last name. All right, love you. Jesus loves you more, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, good night. Bye, Berta.